So if you want to know what would be the challenge, what would be the role that you have to play, well, the challenge is there. You can see it. Of course, I have no right to say that presently things are not as good as when I was there. And you will say, well, of course he's going to say that. See, but have a good look at it yourself. And ask yourself whether you can have a role to play in the shaping the future of yourself. Because when you shape the future of your country, you are actually shaping the future of yourself. And if you shape it wrongly, then you have only yourself to blame. For some wise men have said that you get the government that you deserve. So if you do nothing and you get bad government, then of course that's what you deserve. You may do something, maybe it will result in better government. That too will be something that you deserve. So I do hope that I've been able to look into the future together with you. It's not an easy thing to do, to look into the future. Even if we have Vision 2020, you can only see so far. But you can know more or less the direction that you are taking, whether it is going to lead you to success or not. And if you believe in good values, then I am quite sure that your future, not my future, I think your future, and the future of my children and grandchildren will certainly be much better. I thank you.
Terima kasih, Tun. Thank you very much for the very wonderful and inspiring speech. We now open the floor for questions. Relax. We will hand in the mics. Please state your name and where you're from. Sabar-sabar aja. Can we have the gentleman?
So I'll put down Tun, thanks for the inspirational speech. It's very glad that I have you in London. I have to agree with Tun that it's very important to have a new breed of generation in Malaysia to compete with the ever-globalized world. And I also believe education and self-awareness is very important. So what I want to say is in education in Malaysia, higher education in Malaysia at the moment. So basically I don't have the luxuries to get a scholarship to study here. I'm graduated from local university, UTM. So from my recent research, it shows that the ranking of our top university in University of Malaysia has plummeted from 97 in year 2004 until 192 in 2007, and the recent result in 2008 is out of the 200 league in a worldwide university. So, what coincidentally, that was a period Dr. Sri Hishamuddin Hussein was as the tenor of the education minister. So, what I want to ask a question is, for Tun's view, do you think Dr. Sri Hishamuni Hussein should take the full responsibility of that for the plummeting standard of local university. And if you were in the shoes, what will you do to improve the situation? Thank you.
I would like to say that I would step down if I were, but I'll give myself time to do something to correct these poor results. And I think it is only fair that you give a person time. Although he has been given time and lately he has decided to apologize for pulling out the crease and showing the crease to everybody. Now he has apologized. Maybe that is the first step. I have always admired the Japanese. The Japanese have a very strong sense of shame. So much so that if they feel ashamed about something, they will commit harakiri, seppuku they call it, because they cannot stand living anymore because they have done something shameful. I don't advocate that for Malaysians, not that much, but I think this habit of stepping down when you fail should be cultivated. And I think we will have a better society if people would step down after they lose election, lose 5 states, Thank you.
Can I have yes, you please?
Thanks very much, Tun. I just have a question on the theme of corruption, which was peppered throughout your talk. I was wondering what you thought of the current Prime Minister's proposal to have the ACA report to a parliamentary committee, and related to that, why it was not possible during your tenure to make the ACA more transparent and accountable, perhaps similarly to account to a parliamentary committee. Thank you.
Well, you know, when there is corruption, one of the most difficult things to do is to prove that it actually happened. Recently, I had occasion to complain of corruption because I wanted to be a delegate to the party assembly. And they paid $200 to people not to vote for me. And these people came to see me and showed evidence. But the people who decide whether there is corruption or not says there is no corruption. It's as simple as that. Then there is another case where a deputy minister was alleged to have accepted $5 million in order to release one of the thugs who were detained. So they did an investigation. And they asked the thug, did you give $5 million to this deputy minister? And he said no. Well, then of course the officer concerned said, since the man who is supposed to give the bribe says no, so there cannot be any corruption. So these are weaknesses of people. You can have it reported to whoever, maybe reported to the king or to the parliament, but it is very difficult to prove that corruption has really taken place. During my time, I warned people not to be corrupt, not to accept gratification, but I found very early that it was not really working. The only way to reduce corruption, I'm not saying that we can eliminate corruption, but reduce corruption. The only way to reduce corruption is to speed up the process.